I've been rejected thousands of times by potential clients. You might think I have a failing freelance photography business, but the opposite is true. The more I get rejected, the more successful I become. And today, I'm walking you through the 3-step framework to getting over the fear of rejection. I knew that each rejection brought me closer to a yes, but rejection is terrifying. I was scared to put myself out there, but I knew that I wanted a successful photography business. After I got over my fear, I landed 50 brands as clients in under 2 years in my company, Pieta Productions. That might sound insane to some of you, but to me, it wasn't surprising. I had a system I followed to get clients that I now teach inside of Creative Biz Launch. By the way, I'm Chris Pieta. I help freelancers start and scale their businesses. I'm going to walk you through my 3 frameworks that I use to get over my fear of rejection. If you watch till the end of this video, I promise you that you'll be well on your way to learning how to deal with rejection and actually even look forward to it. If you don't believe me, keep watching because I was a quiet, shy kid in high school, so believe me when I say I was scared of rejection. I went from that shy kid to a YouTuber who has hundreds of videos and a business owner who's done hundreds of sales calls. If I can get over my fear, so can you. Let's get into it. For the sake of this video, I want to define what I mean by rejection just so we're on the same page. Rejection to me is whenever a potential client says no to me. That can be me reaching out via email asking to hop on a call, or that can be after the call when I send the proposal over and they don't move forward with it. Rejection can also mean not getting any response from a client when I reach out to them, but that's a lighter form of rejection. The first framework I adopted is extremely effective, yet I see so many freelancers get this backwards. Rejection is not personal, it's just business. Let me say that again. Rejection is not personal. These 4 words can completely change how you look at rejection. When a client says no to working with me, they're not rejecting me as a person, they're rejecting whatever I'm offering. In this next minute, I'll show you how I reframe this in my own head because I had to adopt a mindset shift. Let's say I email a client pitching my service and they immediately respond no. I can go down 2 different trains of thought. I can tell myself, wow, I must not be good enough for this client. Something has to be wrong with my portfolio. Are they just out to get me? Did I offend them in my email? What did I do wrong to upset this client and make them reject me? Spoiler, they're not even thinking about me. Nothing about the rejection is personal. They saw my email in their inbox and they probably gave it maybe 30 seconds of their attention. They glanced at my portfolio and probably liked what they saw because I know I do good work and I have the clients to back up that claim. Their rejection of me is nothing personal, it's just business. Maybe they literally just hired a new photographer for a project that they're working on, and they don't need me right now. Maybe they just spent their budget on a different type of marketing campaign like paid ads, and they're not testing new creative right now. Maybe they didn't get any sleep last night and they're just having a terrible day. When rejections like this happen, there are hundreds of reasons why they're rejecting you that have nothing to do with you. It's not personal. I know the world doesn't revolve around me, and no one really cares. Potential clients don't care about you as much as you think they do. So the second train of thought that we can adopt is to acknowledge that it's not a good fit right now. The timing is off. It's nothing wrong with me. It's nothing wrong with them. It's just not a fit. Sales is all about matchmaking. And if something is off, then the match is off. It's not personal, it's just business. This is the mindset shift that I adopted that has helped me immensely in business. It's never personal. Even if you send an email and they respond really negatively and insult you, that says more about them than you. Don't take these things personally. I know that when I stopped taking rejection personally, my confidence went through the roof. It's not personal, it's just business. That's step 1 of this framework. Now, when I adopted this mindset, something else clicked in my brain as well. When I started to get over my fear of rejection, this new thing happened. I actually began slowly learning from each rejection. I no longer saw these rejections as purely negative. They were opportunities to learn from. When I started putting myself out there, I was getting rejected a lot, almost every single time. But from those rejections, I slowly learned. I improved things. I got better. And more of those rejections became yeses. The first step was knowing that rejection isn't personal, it's just business. That is the key here. It was just business, which meant my business could be improved to turn more no's into yeses. Here's what I did. I took a step back and looked at my entire sales process as a whole. There were stages during this process where I would get rejected. There was the initial outreach. There was the discovery call I would do with clients. There was the proposal, and there were the negotiations. At each stage, I would get rejected. But with each rejection, I took that as an opportunity to learn and fix parts of my process that were broken. Now, for those watching that don't have a client acquisition process like this, I actually just launched a brand new free workshop that teaches you my 4-step blueprint to getting paying clients, and it'll teach you how to price your work so you can charge thousands. This is 100% free and it'll help you avoid getting rejected as many times as I did, learn from my mistakes, and grab that workshop for free in the description below. So I did an initial outreach, discovery call, proposal, and then negotiation for each new client. And when I was rejected, I would actually dig into the rejection. What made them say no? Was it something about my portfolio? Were they working with someone else? Did they think my photos wouldn't convert into more sales for them? Was the pricing my proposal off? Whatever the rejection was, I made an effort to learn from it. Don't take rejection as a lost opportunity. Take it as a new opportunity to get better. Because if you actually take the rejection for what it is and fix your problems inside of your business, you'll get rejected less and less, and your freelance business will grow. And not only would your business grow, you're going to grow as well. I would ask potential clients these questions, and that allowed me to pinpoint where in my process rejections mostly happened. This then became the bottleneck of my business. My business was slowing down because I was getting rejected in one part of my process more than the others. So I would turn my focus to this part of the process. I would learn the new skills required to get through that bottleneck, and I would do this through either finding some YouTube video or buying an online course to learn those skills. I knew that if I paid for an online course that I would unlock way more revenue inside my business, so it made sense for me to invest that money in these programs. If I wasn't getting enough responses in my cold outreach, that was a problem in my email system. Was my subject line bad? Did I not authenticate properly so I landed in spam? Was I using my main sending domain by mistake? Did my CTA not convert inside the email? By investing in my skills, I would quickly learn where my cold emails would fall short. At this point, my fear of rejection was pretty much gone. I've learned that I shouldn't take things personally because it's not personal, it's just business. And from there, I turned it into almost a game. I took each rejection as an opportunity to learn. Each failure became a new opportunity to improve my business that would lead to more yeses down the road. I was investing in my business. I was investing in myself. We've covered step 1 and 2 of my 3-step framework, but there was still a little bit of fear left. So how did I finally get over my fear of rejection? I made rejection the goal. Now, that may sound counterintuitive, so let me explain why I made rejection the goal. It's actually quite simple. When we are rewarded for doing something, we want to do more of it. Scrolling YouTube shorts feels good because we're quickly entertained by the videos. Drinking coffee is rewarding because we get an immediate energy boost. Landing a client deal is rewarding because we get paid. Humans like to do more of what they're rewarded for. So how do we make rejection rewarding? We make it a game. We make our goal to hit 100 rejections this month. When we make the goal no's, the fear of rejection just goes away. But we need to truly believe that the goal is to get rejected. If we can truly trick our brain into thinking rejection is awesome, we'll do more of the actions that lead us to getting those no's. And as a byproduct, you start to get a lot more yeses. At this point, we're doing the amount of work required to get a yes from a client because it takes a lot of work to get a yes. It takes a lot of volume. It may seem like we're getting rejected over and over and over again, but only through getting rejected will you finally start to get yeses. And when we make rejection the goal, doing the amount of work required to get a yes becomes easier. Because even if we have to get rejected 9 times out of 10, on that 10th time, we get a yes. We get a yes 1 out of 10 times. So all we need to do is get rejected 9 times, and we know that on the 10th time, we'll get that yes. And sure, it's not gonna be perfect math like that, but over time, you'll figure out how many no's it takes to get to 1 yes on average. And when we find that out, business becomes predictable. All we need to do is fill up our sales pipeline with a lot of leads, and the more potential clients we get in that sales pipeline, the more yeses we start to get. If you don't have a sales pipeline, remember I have that free 60-minute workshop that'll teach you everything you need to start and scale your business. Click that link down below to join for free. What was my mindset when I was scared of rejection? Well, I would take each rejection personally. I would feel like a failure. I wouldn't want to experience that pain of rejection again. So I flipped my mindset completely. It was never personal. It was business. The client's rejection had nothing to do with me as a person. I no longer would feel like a failure because rejection was just an opportunity to learn. I could take that rejection and apply it into my own business, and the result was less rejections later on. And instead of not wanting to experience the pain of rejection, I turned it into a game. The goal was to get rejected. I realized that with enough rejections, the yeses would eventually come. I went from a shy kid with a fear of rejection to a confident business owner that would embrace each no and turn them into a yes. That's all I got today. Enroll in that free 60-minute workshop to turn your passion into a profitable business. Go after those no's. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.